Good evening and welcome to Richmond High School for tonight's basketball game with the visitors from Capac, the Chiefs, against your Blue Devils on this midwinter break basketball game Friday, February 13th. Welcome, Richmond TV 12. Check us out on our YouTube channel. Give us a shout down at City Hall at 586-727-7571, extension 103. Ask for Jason. Jason Robbins, our filmer and producer. I'm Keith Bartels, joined by Ken Pilarz for tonight's Blue Water Area Conference matchup. And the Blue Devils need to keep winning to stay with Yale and Imlay City to stay in the hunt for the title.
And this is a game that the Blue Devils should take, I wouldn't want to say advantage of, but they need to make sure, like you said, they keep pace with the two other teams atop the BWAC. Richmond's going to need to use their size inside, use their speed and athleticism, and you don't want to say it could be an easy one for them, but if they do what they're supposed to do, take care of the ball and use their strengths, this one should go in the favor of the Blue Devils.
The Chiefs being coached by Chris Baba, assisted by Mike Rosas, Brent Boyers, and Rick Hawks. Your Blue Devils head coach Josh Purnell, assisted by Clarence Miller, Josh Wagger, manager Olivia Van Hove, manager Carson McCoy, and Joe Pijo. See that the big fella, Jake Schmidt, not in uniform tonight, still nursing a knee injury. They're hoping to get him back before the end of the year. You heard in the background there Mike Murphy, who longtime announcer for quite a few years now, does a nice job pumping up the crowd. We have a three-man crew tonight because you never know with Capac and Richmond, BWAC rivals. It can get physical in there.
It has been known to get a little chipper, especially when we make the trek down M19 there to Capac. Some highly contested games in the barn, so to speak, at Capac.
Yeah, it's a tough place to play. Very, very loose, friendly rims there for Capac, and they're used to shooting there. Zalowski to jump, tips it, won by Capac. 22, showing some speed there. Andrew Sams gives the Chiefs a 2-0 lead. Fissler will run the point tonight for the Blue Devils. His senior's done a nice job, been on the team since his sophomore year. Nice dish to Zalowski for a quick answer for the Blue Devils.
Deshaun with the vision there, passed it off, easy too.
Jordan Mayday will run the point tonight for the Chiefs. Chiefs are known as a basketball school. Capac's always been a basketball school. Had some great teams in the 60s and 70s with Harry C. Moore. The gymnasium up there is named after him.
Richmond looking to run. Want to use that athleticism. Unfortunately, got a little sloppy there.
Zalowski picks up his first foul there.
Picked up the loose ball foul, right?
And that was frustration after not making the basket. Sometimes you get over-aggressive to get that ball back, and you hate to foul him 90 feet away from the basket.
The big man double-double. You miss the layup and get the foul. Not the double-double you want to get.
Blue Devils in their man-to-man defense. Chiefs running a little two-man game. Mike Murphy giving his Bill Rafferty impersonation there, saying out of bounds. Like, get him up.
Good old Murph. You love him if you're a Richmond fan, and you can't stand him if you're not.
Kratt from deep comes up a little short. Rebound by 23, Noah Burgess. Chiefs looking to push. Surprises me a little bit with the difference in talent level. Figured they'd try to slow this game down. Nice move by 32. No basket. He's counting it on the floor.
Yeah, it's kind of funny to see Capac taking it to Richmond. You thought they'd be a little more patient, try and use the clock to their advantage, but they've been the aggressor so far tonight, and they're taking it right to the Blue Devils.
33, Pedri into the game for Zalowski, who just picked up his second foul. Mayday with the shot, making it Capac 4, Blue Devils 1. Zalowski having 2 fouls. We'll keep an eye on that. That is a big loss.
You know, it's tough to play these games on midwinter break Friday. You know, you're not in your normal routine. You don't have school. You know, it might take the Blue Devils a little bit to get going here.
Andrew Sams knocks down a long jumper. Kratt responds quickly, cutting the Chiefs' lead to 2. That Andrew Sams shot that ball, worst shot in basketball, because it was 1 foot within the three-point line. Might as well take a 3 from that deep.
Speed starting to pick up here. This is certainly going to favor the Blue Devils.
Foul's been called. It's assessed on number 10, Nick Gillespie, his first team's first.
Zaleski's first foul, and the first foul for the Chiefs. Blue Devils 2, 5:22 to go in the first. Capac Chiefs 6, Blue Devils 4. McInerney will take the ball out of bounds.
That was just too easy. Not much ball movement, but Deshaun Hamilton knocked it down with ease from the corner.
Yeah, it was some lazy defense there because it wasn't even a real aggressive give and go. Pedri picks up the foul.
Foul's going to be assessed on number 33. Bradley Pedri has picked up his first.
Noah Burgess will be at the line, shooting 2.
At the strike.
And this isn't the way the Blue Devils envisioned this first 3 minutes going, that's for sure.
You're right, though. They didn't have school today, and you're out of your routine. You're out of your Friday routine, and you're a little sluggish.
And let's be honest, I'm sure there's games down the schedule that the Blue Devils are looking at, and you don't want to take anything away from Capac, but this is one of those games that you just kind of look past. I always call it those trap games.
Kratt from deep, off the back of the iron. Good hustle by Deshaun with another assist there to Pedri. Blue Devils' first lead of the game. I'm not sure if Coach Presnell had a shoot around this morning to get them up, get them out of bed, get them moving, to try to keep some similar routine. McInerney a little sloppy with the ball there. Stolen by 10, Gillespie.
Capac, though, playing right into the Blue Devils' hands. They are just launching them fast and keeping the tempo a lot higher than you think they'd really wanted if you were the head coach of the Chiefs.
Yeah, it really surprises me because, you're playing a team that didn't have school today. They're obviously sluggish. If you slow it down and keep that, you postpone the game or shorten the game and cause them to be sluggish, you could pull off an upset. But by running the ball, you run the risk of waking up the Blue Devils.
Right.
Just like that, Kratt hits one from the corner, three-pointer.
That says something about the Blue Devils' skill because, quite frankly, Capac's been the aggressor, been the more aggressive, the more aggressive team, playing a little bit better, and they find themselves down 4.
And Burgess playing well down there, number 23. Lead up to Pedri. Could be a three-pointer the old-fashioned way.
You mentioned earlier Capac slowing it down, taking the time, making possessions a little more important. There's always 2 ways to look at that too. By slowing the game down, you make the possessions that much more important. Maybe their coach is thinking, hey, let's keep it up tempo, make the possessions not as important, and try our luck. But so far, it's not working out for them too well.
Pedri completes the three-pointer the old-fashioned way. Blue Devils double lead 14-7. They were down early. They're responding. Burgess having a nice game in there, playing strong.
They better be careful, though. Foul trouble could become a factor at this pace.
Yep, that's a 4th team foul for the Blue Devils. Only 2 against the Chiefs at 3:28 to go in the first. Burgess will be shooting a pair here. Knocks down the first. Oh, it's easy to coach from sitting here when you're not held accountable for your decisions. Second one is off the back of the iron. Blue Devils pushing it up. Pratt getting it back, no travel there because he shot it, blocked it, got it back. Good athleticism there. Making it 16-8 Blue Devils. The Chiefs definitely coming with a game plan. Burgess in the paint, they're definitely feeding him the ball. He's had quite a few free throw shot opportunities, and every trip down they're weaving out front and looking for him.
A 1-3-1 action from the Chiefs.
Fissler from deep. That rolls and rattles in, making it Blue Devils 19, Chiefs 10. Good deny there by Pedri. Fissler running the point, kicks to Pratt. He takes it baseline. Need to either draw a foul there or kiss that off the glass.
Yeah, you got to go up strong with that one.
Pedri out front with a travel. I was going to say that, otherwise that was a little nickel dimer.
Right. Now he quick feet.
Tavano.
This really surprised me with the full court press by Capac.
Pedri getting a little too cute there with the pass to Sean. And the Chiefs make them pay, cutting a lead to 19-12. If I'm Presnell, I'm talking to those kids, telling them to take care of that basketball. We play a team with a little bit more talent than Capac. That could come back to hurt us.
Exactly.
10 Gillespie called for the travel there. He didn't see the defender there, and he shuffled his feet.
And the Blue Devils, on their account, they're not being very patient as well. They're getting that first open shot and they're letting it go right away as well.
Fissler kicking it to Failure. Baumgarten. Pedri with a nice rebound in there, a little half jump hook, knocks it down. 21 Blue Devils, Chiefs 12. Chiefs in a critical point of the game here. Down Pedri. Trying to deny, got a little too aggressive.
Yeah, it was in front, had the full frontal denial. They just ran a simple lob play over the top and trying to steal it. Got to fight back around, get position in the post.
That's 5 fouls for the Blue Devils, 2 for the Chiefs. Good boarding there by Fissler, and he's running. I don't know what I saw there.
Double foul has been called.
See what this call is.
Sounds like we got a double foul behind the play.
And number 2 for Richmond, Christian Fela, his first.
So we got tangled up a little bit behind the play.
Both kids being a little too aggressive.
Trying to nip it in the bud early. We talked about that. No love lost between the two.
Good to see the officials trying to control that here in the first. So we're counting down 105. Fissler with a nice runner. This could be the third.
And one play, yeah.
Old-fashioned 3.
Got to stop the ball. You can't let the point guard penetrate down and attack the rim. You've got to keep that ball in front of you. Make the Blue Devils get set up. That's too easy.
And he doesn't convert the three-point play. Chiefs looking to push it up. Didn't take care of the basketball.
Almost
there.
a double dribble.
Jordan Mayday was unsure. He went to make a pass, and 22 Sams wasn't looking for it. These 55 seconds pretty important for the Chiefs. They down 11. They don't want to go down much more than that. But they're not afraid to shoot. They all have the green light. Ooh. Tavano looking to drive. Kicks it out to Baumgarten.
3-second violation has been called on Richmond.
3 seconds.
Coach Presnell going deep in the rotation early here, too, against Capac, getting everybody up, getting everybody into the game.
Well, and you're up 11, and I don't think that's a bad move. You know, you already have one player down, Schmidt, and injuries are part of the game, and next man up, and everyone has to be ready. 23, Burgess knocks it down a little further out than the free throw line. He's having himself a pretty good game. He's definitely the game plan tonight. That was a quick shot.
Quick shot, and then they foul. You'd have thought, try and go for one here, keep that momentum into the second, but instead they fire up a quick one and then foul, what's going to put Capac in the bonus.
Yeah, if you're Presnell, you're not happy there because you want definitely the last shot.
Should have been the last
shot,
shot, exactly. It should have been Richmond ball, last shot of the quarter. You're going into the second quarter with a minimum of a 9, possibly double-digit lead, and now, I mean, you're letting Capac hang around. It's not what you want.
Sam's first shot is up and in for the southpaw. He knocks this down. You went from potentially 11 to a 7-point lead, 4-point swing. You hear the Capac coach yelling, "No fouls, no fouls." Yeah, so we'll see if that not having patience there at the end. If you're Presnell, you can't be happy with the way that quarter ended. But we said it was a very important, 50 seconds for the Chiefs, and they were able to cut that lead by 4.
They really did. They now have the momentum. Now, in Richmond's defense, and I'm not taking anything away from the players around the floor. It's not your original playing group or your starting 5 playing group. But these are the games that they have to learn, and they have to know that that's not a situation where you fire one up right after the first pass with 4 seconds left. And then you certainly don't, on top of that, foul the kid and send him down the other end. They needed to know the game situations. That's why you're playing. That's why you're learning. You need to, like you mentioned, if this is a different team, a different game, further on, they can't make those same mistakes.
Yeah, and that's where the coaching comes in. You got to coach the kids. You have to teach them the game. I mean, these are 16, 17, 18-year-old kids, and they're not thinking strategy and
right.
And you hope they do, through your teaching throughout the year. But obviously, right there they weren't. So it's either back to teaching it for the first time or reteaching. So McInerney taking the ball out, kicks it to Fissler. Fissler pushes it up to Kratt. Capac here in a man-to-man. It's not an overly aggressive man-to-man, but they're in a man-to-man defense. They run a little bit of zone there in the first quarter.
Just been really spreading it out.
10, Gillespie doing a nice job on Fissler. Fissler's a good guard, though. You're not gonna rattle Fissler. He's handled that point job now for 3 years, and he's a strong kid. Forced it there, though.
On cue.
Mayday called with the charge. Nice defense there by McInerney to get back.
Stood in, took that charge. That would have been big. I mean, you talk about cutting the lead into 5. That goes in. So a big defensive play there by McInerney. If they're going to stay with this man-to-man, Richards want to spread it out, want to look to cut to the basket, use their athleticism to their advantage here.
Capac looking to pick up that pressure a little bit and at least make Fissler work the ball up the court. They gave him the timeout.
They gave him the timeout. He's lucky he rolled over a couple times. They had the, looked like a travel.
On a Naga there, getting on the floor, getting dirty, get that loose ball. The Presnell's got to talk to his kids here a little bit about not forcing the ball, making good passes.
Well, I'd always say you always give up the good shot to get the great shot. Make that extra pass. I mean, if you think you're open and you're going to see someone, make that one additional pass and free up your teammate. They keep using some good ball movement. They'll get open shots, but like you said, Keith, they're settling for that first one and letting it go.
Keith Bartels Ken Pillars, Jason Robbins, producer and camera. Check us out at Richmond TV 12 YouTube channel. Give us a call at City Office, 586-727-7571, extension 103. As for Jason, leave a message. We will get you DVDs burned and the great keepsakes gifts and for family and loved ones that can't be here. As we return to action, Blue Devils 23.
They've dropped back into a little
16.
zone here too. Trying to do what they just accomplished, set the pressure, get that, get the game running again, getting it in their favor.
Yeah, because the last 3-4 minutes for the Blue Devils, it's been a little slow and a little flat.
And really sloppy.
Pratt at the line. First one rolls, rattles, and falls. Shooter's touch there. Second one is off the side of the iron. Gillespie looking to push. So far in the first quarter and few minutes here, all the Chiefs pretty much have the green light. 22, Sam's a little short there.
Good shot, good job by Deshaun there, realizing he didn't have much.
Pratt dribble penetrated back to Deshaun. Nice dribble take there. Lays it off the glass and in. Nice play. The only thing I would have liked to see different was him use his left hand there. However, it was a very nice play. Blue Devils extend their lead to 10. Deshaun all over the court, offensively and defensively, having a nice little game. Fouls are almost evened up. Blue Devils have 7. Capac has 6. At one point it was 7-2. Blue Devils picking up the intensity a little bit here, causing a less athletic team like Capac to be a step behind. So the fouls are starting to even out. Gillespie holding it up top. Blue Devils look like they're in.
They're still a little 2-3.
2-3, 2-1-2.
Well,
smart play there by Fissler. That ball was being thrown out of bounds, and he saved it off and threw it off a Capac player.
Although you do have McInerney that was in full denial on that, so I'm wondering if Coach Presnell going to a little trickery on defense.
Pratt, nice move, didn't finish. He was looking for a foul. There was some contact. Nice little give and go there. 21. Spatcher to Andrew Sams. Nice play. McInerney, you heard the Capac coach yelling, trap him, trap him. Nice board by McInerney. McInerney made a mistake there in that first drive, though. He drove it baseline and then picked up his dribble without anywhere to go. Capac hanging around. Blue Devils 26, Capac 18. Living and dying on that three-point line.
There's Hamilton getting his hands on another one.
A block there on Kevin Baumgarten.
Fouls on 23.
It'd be a 1-and-1 here.
They saying he was shooting.
Oh.
Yep, saying he was shooting.
It's not the NBA, but okay. So 32. Balestre he has at the line, knocks down the first. Zalowski checking back in. We haven't seen him since the first couple minutes of the
He's
first
got
quarter.
2, so this could be interesting.
Picked up 2 quick ones. Second one is up and good, just like that. It's a 26-20 ball game. The Chiefs hanging around that basketball tradition. There will be no quit. Chiefs in a man-to-man. Picking up the denial a little bit. Deshaun, yep, he dragged that back foot.
He dragged it, exactly.
But again, the Blue Devils are picking up the ball, without knowing where they're going to go with the ball.
Right, they look in a hurry almost. It almost looks like they just want to go one-on-one with everybody.
4:20 to go, second quarter. Richmond TV bringing you Richmond boys varsity basketball. Nothing on the line between these two teams other than rivalry, and the Blue Devils looking to stay in the mix. Only having one loss at this point in the Blue Water Area Conference. Pratt comes away with it. You heard the coach yell,
Right.
yell travel.
You wonder who called that one.
Yeah, and then I think he did, but the official was a little slow with the whistle, so it makes it look like the coach called it. Something's going on here. Looks like
There's a sub.
Number 2, Christian Palin now in.
Play was stopped, they didn't get the horn to get the sub in.
Yeah. So the officials will do that if they. There might have been a blood issue too, because I saw a Blue Devil player run into the locker room. So we'll check on that.
Failure into the game there, number 2.
Blue Devils in a man-to-man now. They were the last couple trips running the zone, trying to change it up on the Chiefs.
They're living with that lob into the post. It's
That's
a double dribble.
Yep.
There it is.
Coach had to call that one too.
He called.
Yeah, that was a 2-second delay. I think they forgot that he tried to do a drop step with a power dribble, and then he's like, well, I'm in trouble a little bit. I'm going to dribble out of this. So Tavano and Fissler at the guard position with McInerney taking it out.
Yeah, Richmond really going almost 3 guards with Failure in there too. Got Tavano in there as well.
That's a tough call there against Christian Failure. One more foul, and then the Chiefs will be in the double bonus. Next foul for on the Chiefs, the Blue Devils will be in the 1-and-1.
You mentioned it earlier. It's always easier to coach when you're sitting here with a headset on, but Richmond doesn't look like they're really wanting to use the height advantage. They're going with 4 guards out there right now, and you put the height and athleticism as they had earlier. Capac was having a hard time with it.
Well, and then they just missed the front end of 1-on-1, and then a little lazy, lackadaisical rebound there, and it went out of bounds. We're getting out hustled.
Rebound.
Yep. Letting the Chiefs stick around. They're going to try to feed it into Burgess. This is like the 4th rebound.
Right.
This will be a 2-shot foul.
Not sure if you could catch it in the background there, but you can hear the Blue Devil coaches box out, box out.
They had 4.
I mean, there was 4 offensive rebounds in that possession alone.
So 2:31 to go in the second quarter.
I mean, they're not even attempting to put a body on anybody. They're just turning and running at the basket trying to grab the ball.
Spatzler here could cut the Blue Devil lead to 4. And he does.
Good call with the blood. You see Deshaun Hamilton back in with the number 50 jersey on. Went and got the blood jersey.
Zalowski trying to jump hook on that, and it fell out a little bit short. He was looking for a call, didn't get one. Deshaun rattles it in and out. Nice box out there by the Chiefs. Down 4.
I mean, you think about it, Keith. It was 23-14 with, 5 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 26-22 with, just under 2 minutes to go here in the second. Capac's doing exactly what you said, slowing it down, and they're right back in it, obviously.
Well, those little things that, add up to, to hurt you in the end. So hopefully it doesn't hurt our Blue Devils tonight, but they definitely.
They're going to need something happen at halftime.
getting out hustled. Yeah, they're going to need to polish some things up if they want to stop the Chiefs from being spoiler tonight, knocking them out of a race. Fissler kicks it across. The Chiefs, I'd be curious to see what the Chiefs' shooting percentage is tonight because they haven't shot the ball real well yet. They find themselves only down 4. There's a foul in there. Zalowski taking it up strong. He'll be shooting 2.
21, Pete Spangler is first. Zalowski has 2.
Let's see if Richmond can't put some pressure on here in the last 57 seconds and try and get some of that momentum back and build on a lead here. Wouldn't be surprised to see him pick up full court, maybe get that half-court trap they had going again here in the last minute just to try and, like I said, build some of that momentum back.
Yeah, if I'm Chris Baba of the Chiefs, Zalowski misses that second one, so it's a 5-point lead with 54 seconds to go here. If the Blue Devil defense doesn't, if there's not a lot of pressure,
I'm in no hurry. I'm in no hurry.
I'm running this clock down. However, Deshaun is out there playing some tougher D than they were for most of the quarter. You don't want to do that though.
Yeah, you don't want to foul him.
Gillespie fouled
40 feet away.
Yep. So you're putting them on the line.
It's going to be 2.
Yeah, everything here on out in the next 38 seconds on the Blue Devils will be two shots. They've missed quite a few free throws tonight as well, but they're hanging in there down 5 with 38 to go.
If you looked at the paper and you looked at offensive rebounds and free throw attempts, you'd think Capac was certainly ahead.
Or home. Blue Devils 27, Chiefs 23. It's a 4-point lead with 30 seconds to go. See if Presnell has his troops patient here. Little give and go to McInerney. Nice play. He had him being
picking him up
aggressive.
full court again.
That was almost a double dribble there. Gillespie doing a nice job with Deshaun because Deshaun's a good defender, good ball player in there. That one rattled in and out for Burgess. So that ends the first half, giving your Blue Devils 29, Capac 23, hanging in there, only down 6. This is Richmond TV 12, produced and filmed by Jason Robbins from Richmond TV, covering all our local events. We will be back shortly after this. Welcome back to the second half here. They have, don't be confused on the scoreboard there. It says 4. This is the third quarter. Capac Chiefs hanging in there despite a poor shooting percentage and missing quite a few free throws. Blue Devils on this midwinter break, not having school today, coming out a little bit sluggish, a little sloppy. Allowing the Chiefs to hang in there. Zalowski.
Well, right there, though, Keith, that was more ball movement in that one possession than we saw in about the final 4 minutes of the first half. So hopefully Coach Presnell had a nice little talk with the guys, realized they're in a game here, and it's time to show that they are battling for a BWAC championship.
McInerney missing a bunny under there, gets his own rebound, though, throws it up. Burgess going to be called with a block.
2 shots.
Definitely was. Good hustle there by McInerney not to, number one, not to foul after you miss that bunny and then get a nice rebound, go up strong. So see if Presnell preached to him at halftime, take care of the ball. I'm not telling you to stop pushing the ball, but relax a little bit, make good passes, and let's end this game in the third quarter.
Right, let's see him run our stuff, do what we're good at doing, and not let these guys hang around.
Blue Devils coming up, switching up defense a little bit here to start, running a
little zone, a little 2-3.
A little extended 2-3 zone.
If they allow Capac to have the same offensive rebounding they had in the first half, though, this might not be a good idea.
It would have been right there, but 25, Lewis Ananaga let it go off his foot and out of bounds. Capac picking up about three-quarter court just to disrupt the Blue Devil offense a little bit. Fissler dribble penalty kicks out to Krat. Krat knocks down a deep three. That's his second one for the night. He's got a nice stroke.
Good read by McInerney.
Nice take. Good patience to let the defender run by him and then lay it off the glass there. Smart timeout here by Capac and Baba because you were just down 6.
Right,
just,
quick 7-0 spurt here to start the second half.
Just like that, you're down 13 with 6:23 to go. So now if you're Capac, what do you say?
Well, now I think you played into, I mean, you've got to do what you were doing in that first quarter. I mean, you've got to keep attacking the basket. You were the aggressor, and you were right in the game. They tried to slow it down a little bit in the second quarter. You know, with that and Richmond being careless, got them back in the game. But now you find yourself down 13. You've got to go back to being aggressive and knocking some of these shots down. We mentioned it earlier, offensive rebounds and missed free throws. That's coming back to haunt them right now.
Yeah, so instead of possibly playing the spoiler role by not taking care of some easy shots underneath and free throws, you quickly found yourself down 13. See if the Blue Devils can keep the throttle down.
Well, that's the big point there. This is the second time the Blue Devils have had a lead like this. The first time they took their foot off the gas pedal and let Capac right back in. They've got to keep it on there and bury them right now. Good teams always find a way to keep them down. Another offensive rebound, though.
Burgess down low. Cuts the lead to 11, but you're right. This is a second quick play and pass up to Krat. That athleticism, good look from Fissler. He's got a good eye. Capac getting a little sloppy with the ball. Fissler looking to run. Kicks it up to Krat. Krat takes it, dribble drive, lays it off the glass and in. He's quick. He's tall and lengthy, but he's pretty quick. Signed a Division I baseball scholarship with the Chippewas as a catcher, but he's deceivingly quick. That quick first step.
And just like that, they're down 15.
Well, Capac can't afford to play sloppy. In the last couple trips down, they've been sloppy with that basketball. And Blue Devils making them pay. Fissler doing a nice job pushing it up and looking for the wide open man, and Krat doing a nice job of finishing. McInerney, big fella, you got to follow your shot in there. He's got a nice stroke too, and it looked good. Nice take there by Krat again. He's kind of charging this offense here, firing them up. We're back to McInerney. He's got to follow a shot on that. See Fissler up again to Deshawn, over to Krat, or Zalowski. Some good Blue Devil action there, just didn't finish.
A good look up the floor, good run out.
I think that halftime speech worked because the Blue Devils definitely come out with a little bit more fire as Fissler takes it, rolls out. He went up with his left. These next 4 minutes are very crucial for the Chiefs of making it a game and staying in it so they can get a chance in the fourth quarter or getting blown out of the gym.
Not a lot of movement on either way. Defense standing around, got their hands down, and the offense just kind of
Burgess knocks down a
hanging around.
Extended free throw line jump shot. Burgess having a nice game for the Chiefs. Good pass. McInerney didn't finish, but he didn't give up. Comes back strong. Nice pass from Krat.
He did a nice job of getting that inside position, sealing him off, and like you said, a good look inside.
Nice flash to the basket there.
No box out again.
Foul's been called, number 23.
You forced them into the shot you wanted. They fired a long one from the corner. All Dylan's got to do is put a body on him. That ball comes right to him, and they're going the other way.
Yeah, you got to be a little more disciplined and fundamental in that situation.
Bradley Petrie and Kevin
Burgess knocks down the first.
And number 21, Pete Spangler and Nate.
Noah Burgess having a heck of a game for the Chiefs. Don't know what year he is. They don't. Capac didn't send over his year with his roster, but if he's a sophomore, junior, look for some good things from him next year because he's having a pretty darn good game. Blue Devils break that token pressure. Definitely awoke in this second half. That's probably not the shot President wanted. They're a little too one-on-one-ish. Fissler gives it up to Pedri. Takes a nice strong to the hole.
Yeah, he did. He went nice and strong and finished on that one.
Blue Devils up 17, extending that lead. I thought he walked. Oh,
a little sloppy again.
Need to make better passes. Good hustle there by 22. Sam's. It's going to be a foul on Pedri.
And that's when, as a coach, you don't mind. That was that loose ball that got tipped out there. And Pedri trying to grab the loose ball, knocked him over. And you can live with those as a coach.
Yep. See what the Chiefs do here. I'd get it to Burgess. That's Burgess from the corner. A little bit off. Blue Devils looking to run.
Again, not a good decision.
Yeah, kind of a wild shot there. Number 1, Mayday, cuts the lead to 15.
I mean, I know we said we want to push the ball and you want to force the tempo, but I'm sure you work on full court offense drills, and
yeah, you want
the underhand scoop flip shot on the baseline isn't one you work on.
Yeah, you want good shots. Yeah, when you get up big like this, you continue to. That one rattled in and out for Fissler from deep. You still want to play fundamental because bad habits, or bad practices become habits.
Exactly.
And then when you need those shots and you need those possessions.
Oh.
No shot.
It looked good by Fissler there. I thought he got his hand in, but hey, that's the problem of being a point guard. Anytime you get your hand in there with the big fella's going to win.
Yeah, I think he originally had it, and then, like you said, the big fella reached up, and it caused his arm to go across his arm. So they're going to call that every time. That's a move and pick on 32. They're going to call it on Baumgarten 23 for being too aggressive coming through that pick. Well, the pick can't move. That's the 4th foul against the Blue Devils. Here on this Friday, February 13th, day before Valentine's, midwinter break, Blue Water Area Conference rivalry game. Blue Devils looking to stay in the Blue Water Area Conference race. Capac looking to play spoiler.
It was a good job by Fissler, though. He saw the defender on his heels, but he's got to finish that.
Capac run and shoot a long 3. Like we said earlier, the Blue Devils, or the Chiefs, they all have the green light, and they're not afraid to shoot them. Haven't knocked too many threes down tonight. I'm not sure they knocked one down. They've shot quite a few.
Shoot or shoot, though, right? That's what they always say. They'll shoot their way out of a slump.
Well, the best shooting story there is you talk about Michael Jordan, Magic Johnson, and Larry Bird. And it's when Michael Jordan was first coming in the league. There's a little bit of jealousy. Magic and Larry Bird probably saved the NBA and brought it to what it was. Nice Baumgarten there with a little half hook with 10 seconds to go. We'll wait till the end of the quarter and we'll finish that thought. 6 seconds and counting. Blue Devils with the 17-point lead. Chiefs a little sloppy. But, well, Larry Bird and Magic Johnson and that rivalry and the Bad Boys and the Pistons in the late 90s. And, you know, Larry Bird and Johnson, they were constantly asked about this young fella Jordan and who's better, and you know, and then Jordan won a couple of rings, and Larry Bird and Magic Johnson said the difference between us and Michael Jordan is we can change a game with 1 or 2 shots. It takes Jordan 20.
Exactly,
He
and
was a
it's
shooter.
true. I mean, well, you even think about the old Allen Iverson when he'd score his 20 and 30 points.
You're going to bring up Allen Iverson when I just brought up Magic Johnson,
No.
Larry Bird.
You didn't let me finish. You
and
didn't let
Michael
me finish.
Jordan, you bring in practice.
We're going to talk about practice in a minute, but
you bring up practice.
I'm talking about a guy that would score 20 and 30 a game, but you hit the nail on the head. He'd take 40 and 50 shots to do it.
Yeah, he would.
You know, so that was my point. But you're exactly right. I mean,
okay,
good shots and bad shots, and like you said, the game has changed so much that you don't have that anymore, and that's the problem.
All right, I'll give you that.
But that's what I was talking about. I wasn't talking. Hey, practice. We can always talk about practice.
I'm talking about 3 of the best ever.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And you hit the nail on the head when you said, you know, how Magic and Larry saved the NBA. These young guys really do need to thank those two, because they certainly turned it around. I mean, we're dating ourselves, but I remember the NBA Finals being tape delayed on CBS at 11 o'clock at night. And now, you know, that's the lead story on SportsCenter.
Yeah, that might have happened in Canada, but that didn't happen here. So Blue Devils looking to run. Zalowski has it up. He's got to be a little less fancy with that finger roll there, go up a little bit stronger and make a 3 the old-fashioned way. But he will get 2 shots here as we begin the 4th quarter. Check us out on Richmond TV 12. Jason Robbins, our producer, does a great job with all of Richmond local events. Check out the YouTube channel there, and there's a lot of activity. And if you want copies of any of that, let us know. Give us a call, 586-727-7571. Jason's extension is 103. Great for keepsakes for aunts and uncles and friends and family, and live across the country, and we'll get them burned for you. I don't know, is it still called getting them burned?
I think so.
Technology has changed so much, I don't know what it's called anymore. Back in my day, it was taped with VCRs. And Chiefs get it. Fissler doesn't like the call. He thought it was clearly off the Chiefs. But that's a 49-31 score call there.
Exactly. They should never have came there. If the Blue Devils weren't back on their heels and actually boxed out and rebounded, it would have been the other way a long time ago.
Jump ball. The Blue Devils will get it here. Officials have done a nice job tonight. You know, we've hardly even talked about them, and anytime you don't talk about the officials during a game,
they're doing a good job.
They're not part of it. So Fissler continuing to handle the point guard duties. Deshaun having a nice game.
And another wild one.
Yeah, it was a little wild shot there. Chiefs in a man-to-man defense.
Foul's been called on number 32.
That's the third foul against the Chiefs with 6:51 to go in the 4th.
Little clear-out play by the Blue Devils, looking to have Kraft penetrate, kick it out.
Kraft's knocked down some deep bombs tonight. He's got a nice touch, nice stroke. He helped build this lead here in the second half too, with being a spark plug. That's a good call. I'm not sure if McInerney didn't fake it much, but McInerney's a big fella in there, and he's a big, strong kid.
Usually you don't get those unless you fall down, and he was clearly in position, so that is a good call by the officials. Good job by McInerney being in the right spot.
He's good, nice two-sport athlete for the Blue Devils. As a former football coach, you'd love to have seen him come out and play football, but he's a heck of a pitcher and baseball player. Blue Devils baseball team looking to make another run this year. They lost some very talented players from last year, but they got some talented players coming back. Pratt, one of them right there, showing his athletic ability.
Another quick timeout by Capac.
Injury timeout.
Oh, injury, my fault.
Yep, 23, Burgess, who's had a heck of a game for the Chiefs.
They can't afford to lose him.
Down 20 with 6:07 to go.
We talk about practice now?
No.
Okay.
Well, if we do, Fresnel's got some things to work in practice.
Well, I think you're going to see some rebounding drills. I think you might see some rebounding drills. And I know it's easy, like we said, it's easy to sit here with the headsets on and critique, and we talked about this being a trap game and them looking ahead.
Having the day off today.
Right, but you can't expect them to play like this against a team like Yale or Imlay City and still contend. So they've got to make sure they learn from this, put this in the back of their mind and say, hey, we let a team like Capac, no offense Capac, but let a team like Capac hang around because we didn't do what we were supposed to do.
Yeah, this was a good Richmond team. So there's Capac shouldn't be ashamed of themselves. This Richmond team has a lot of talent and they're pretty fundamental. Chiefs showing a little more patience here than they did in the first half. Trying to work on some things for their next game, and hopefully, you never know, have a district run.
3 seconds.
Yeah.
You can tell the offense without Burgess in there really struggles. I mean,
maybe that's why they're being patient.
they needed to have him get back in there, but I think the refs did a nice job maybe not calling that 3 seconds. But he was clearly in there a while.
Yeah, but the Chiefs here, there won't be any quit, and they'll keep working on their game because, number one, it's a basketball school, and there's a lot of pride on the line, and there's always districts in March Madness, and you never know what's going to happen. Here comes Fissler. Oh! Fissler and Zalowski with a little razzle-dazzle. Fissler, there was absolutely great communication coming there. He threw it up off the glass. Pratt knocks another one down.
Back to back. Is that one going to count? The rim's bent down, isn't it?
Yeah, it is bent down, but it'll count.
Back-to-back dunks for the Blue Devils. When's the last time that happened?
I don't know if it ever happened. So what happened there, to recap, as they're trying to get that rim fixed, is Fissler had a steal, and Zalowski was trailing behind him saying, I'm here, I'm here, I'm here. And he perfect by Fissler. Again, just laying it off perfectly with a nice soft touch there. Not too hard, not too soft. Too soft, he's going to make it. Too hard, and he'll throw it over Zalowski's head, but he threw it up. Zalowski, two-hand jammed it home, and then
Pratt on a steal right back, and he got one.
And he got a one-hand slam down. So Blue Devils exciting this crowd.
I don't think Fenwick's going to get one. Or is that Tavano?
That was Tavano.
That's Tavano. Now, if Tavano would have thrown one down, we'd have had – that never would have happened, ever.
That 3 in a row would have never been broken. You never know, but what some fun, exciting basketball right there for the Blue Devils against the Capac Chiefs. Capac, some of those guys look like they have a little shock in their faces right now, down 55-31, and just being the recipient of a two-hand jam and a breakaway one-handed slam by Pratt. Zalowski first. Showing their ups and their athletic ability.
And a nice job by Coach Presnell. He emptied the bench right after that second one. Let's get everybody in there, get him some quality minutes.
No, that's class. There's no doubt about it. We get Fenwick lays it up and in. There's a foul away from the play in the backcourt here. Not sure what they're calling. The officials don't even know. They kind of have their hands out. They'll get together and talk it out, I'm sure. But you're absolutely right. Presnell doing a nice job here. We have an injury. But Presnell doing a nice job there.
Well, you can see it right after that second dunk. You saw 5 guys quickly get up, take their shirts off, and head over to the scorer's table. So no point in putting salt in the wound. And let's get everybody some playing time today.
Good news for the Blue Devils is they're up 58-31. They have some things to take care of and look at here because they have some other games on their schedule coming up that they need to win. You know, the Algonacs of the world, and they're definitely got some tough ones on the road. I mean, they got Vimley City left. They have Yale left again, plus a district season. They're playing well right now without Schmidt. Hopefully they'll get him back sometime this year. But you definitely have things to work on here.
Oh, exactly. We've mentioned it, the boxing out, the rebounding, the not standing around on defense.
Because that's going to work against a less athletic team like Capac. But you play a team that's fundamental, that is close to you athletically, and you're going to,
giving up the good shot to get the great shot, like I mentioned earlier. You can't fire it up right away against a good team. You've got to be patient. You've got to make sure you get that good one against the Yales, against the Imlay Cities.
22, Andrew Sams coming up, going to the bench with some help. Hope he's all right. We wish him the best. Looks like it's some form of a leg injury. He's not putting any weight on his left leg there. Hopefully it's nothing serious and more of a scare than anything else. Burgess on the bench over there, as you can see, number 23 on the far left, has an ice pack on his hand, and could be a wrist, finger, forearm injury. Hopefully he's doing well too, because he's had a monster game for the Chiefs.
Yeah, he's certainly played well. He was their offense, essentially for the first three quarters.
And the Blue Devils really didn't have an answer. They kept feeding it into him, and
you got to love the NBA there. They're going to practice their 25-point play so the clock doesn't start on the roll up.
So the Chiefs down 31-58. Need to work on their game too, because their season is another month, and they're a younger team. So Scorance hits a deep three. Baumgarten with the assist on that. Mayday handling the point responsibilities with a nice take, nice dish to 10 or 15. Opaficus.
Yeah, he had some good inside position, good heads-up play by the point guard there to drop that off. Again, if you're Richmond, you got to fight inside, not let him get that position. Don't be lazy and stand behind him. Fight around there, get inside, and take that one away.
Well, because like you said earlier, when you allow penetration, now you're at a disadvantage numbers-wise. And defensively, you should work so hard to keep the advantage at least 5-on-5. And if you get beat, now you put your teammates at a disadvantage.
Exactly.
So Tavano will bring it up. Chiefs in their three-quarter court. Scorance, another jumper, goes off the rim near side. Fenwick with the rebound. Fenwick, he's got some wheels. He's quick in there. Mayday with the left-handed runner. Not a good shot if you're the Chiefs.
Oh, good hustle.
Good hustle. Out of bounds to the Chiefs. I'm not sure that didn't go off the Chiefs' thigh right there.
No, you mentioned it earlier. That's a 29-point out-of-bound play, out-of-bound call there.
That's 61-32.
Jeff Opaficius.
Opaficius with a little jump hook.
I mean, this is where coaches get a few more gray hairs, and you might think it's funny, but you've got the almost 30-point lead, and you've got the guys in there that are battling every day in practice, but you want to see what's coming ahead, and you need to see them showing you what you're teaching them during the day, and these 2 minutes and 30 seconds they could be kind of ugly, I guess, for the lack of a better way to put it.
Fenwick on that last possession, though, had a nice dribble penetration with the left hand, kissed it off the glass and in. That ball coming out short. Yeah, here, this situation where both teams, Capac, you want to stick to your game plan, and you want your players to run your plays, run your sets, run your defense,
Right.
and don't allow it to get sloppy.
Right.
And if you're Presnell, the same thing. These are the kids that are getting some great PT tonight, but they're the kids that are pushing your your normal starters. But you want them to play under control, run your sets, run your stuff, run your out of bounds plays.
You don't want it
play
to
in
turn into
control.
my time. You want it's still our time.
Yeah, and you want them to play under control because you never know the next man up philosophy. Blue Devils definitely responded. They were only up 6 at halftime. They had a double-digit lead in the first half, but they lost it. Capac clawed their way back in by out-hustling and rebounding a sluggish team. Blue Devils definitely came out sluggish. I'm a believer in that it's a change in routine, not having school on this Friday the 13th of February, midwinter break for the Blue Devils.
Blue Devils here showing some nice patience. They pulled it out.
No, they did, and Presnell and the coaching staff got these kids focused at halftime, and they came out, and within the first couple minutes, a 6-point lead was up to 13.
Offensive foul has been called.
Must have used his off arm there a little bit. So with 1:35 to go, fourth quarter, Blue Devils 63, Capac 36. Keith Bartels, Ken Pillards, Jason Robbins, number 3, Rusin with a NBA range 3. But we've said it all night. They've had the green light, haven't knocked down any.
Live by the 3, die by the 3.
Again, with 1:20 to go, saving that precious time there for that 25-point play.
Yep.
Skrantz with the rebound, looking to push. Good defense there by 3, Rusin, to knock it out of Skrantz's hands. Oh, nice move by Mayday.
Jordan Mayday.
Nice spin move and lay it off the glass and in. So one thing I like about Izzo and Coach Krzyzewski and Roy Williams and your better B-line, your better NCAA coaches, Baumgarten deep with 35 seconds to go, is that the last 2 minutes in a blowout game type situation, they're still coaching.
Mm-hmm.
They're still calling time, even though they're up big. They're still calling timeouts.
Yep.
They're demanding that their sets are run. They're demanding that their system is being played.
Exactly.
They're, and
Jeff Openvicious. Nice pass from.
that's what
Jordan
separates them from your mid-tier coaches.
Matthew
Skorantz takes it in, making it Blue Devils 65, Capac 40, with 8 and counting. So the Blue Devils do respond. Chiefs come in hoping to be a spoiler tonight. At halftime, it looked shaky for the Blue Devils on this midwinter break basketball game, but the Blue Devils definitely awoke at halftime and came out and played Richmond Blue Devil basketball to put away the Capac Chiefs 65-40. Keith Bartels, Ken Pillards, Jason Robbins on this midwinter break, February 13th, Friday basketball game. Final thoughts?
I hope they hope they learn from practice. Yeah, there you go, practice. No, but I hope the Blue Devils learn from this and take away that they played a team tonight they should have beaten. They did, and looking for great things ahead.